So you guys nervous about doing a podcast without Haavard?
I mean, it'll probably end up being about 45 minutes shorter, won't it?
Probably. We had a guest on once. It might have been Tim, so probably episode 20. And Haavard was poorly. And I was like, "Don't you dare not be there!"
Yeah, well, I mean, it had a lot of things have happened in your life, Glenn, since last you podcast. So, I mean, you must have a lot to talk about.
Since we last spoke face to face, there's a few things. Not as much as I'd like, to be honest with you, in the making world.
But should we consider you a guest and having you do the intro?
We can do, if you like. Yeah, okay. So, hello and welcome to No1 Crude Makes podcast with myself, Glenn from No1 Projects, K.J. from Crude But Efficient, and Phil from Feel Makes All the Things. I know that's not quite right, Phil.
Feel?
Sorry, Phil. Come on, I'm out of practice. I'm a bit rusty.
I was going to say, I'm not from Holland.
You might be.
Well, actually, yeah, somewhere in the dark, distant heritage. So maybe feel is quite correct.
Well, Bristol's another world all on its own anyway, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's a place where either time is very progressive or time is forgot, depending on which part of the city you're in.
It's funny, when we were on Bad Audio podcast, Tim always used to take the piss out of Lincolnshire, where I live. And so 3 of my neighbours have all moved from Bristol to my area. So if Lincolnshire's bad, how bad is Bristol?
Well, all I will say is I don't know your neighbours. I'm sure they're perfectly pleasant people. But they've all got the right idea. Yeah. For all kinds of reasons, but mostly my personal gripe at the moment is just where I live. It's just been constantly dug up for the last 2 years and will continue to be dug up for another 2 years. So going anywhere or doing anything normally means running into multiple roadworks and just...
Or are you searching for Nazi gold in secret?
Maybe.
Just like, is it new fibre cable?
It's new fibre cables. It's new ground works for sewage and water and road widening and bicycle lanes and new developments. And
you see, the sewage still runs in the gutters here, so...
Well, they've got it right. Don't have any of that nonsense underground. Put it where you can see it.
How else would they invented poo sticks?
So the spelling was wrong in the book, I see. Yeah.
That's right.
It's all falling into place now.
Yes, and for anyone listening wondering, Haavard needed a break from us all, so he went off to some islands in the south. So we brought back Glenn for this special episode. Just so it wouldn't be me and Phil, because that would be more boring, I think.
It's funny, isn't it? Haavard goes on holiday. We've had more messages off him since he's been on holiday than ever before. He must be really enjoying it.
I did see that short video of him wandering through a hardware store, and just think, go out. You've gone somewhere sunny.
He doesn't like the sun. He forgets that.
Go and enjoy that.
He doesn't like the sun or the heat. I don't know why he went there.
It's funny. When he came to visit me last summertime, I think it was about 35 degrees here in one of the heat waves. it just melted him.
Yeah, I mean, last summer was pretty hateful, to be honest.
Yeah.
But,
I'd swap it for this year so far. Well, apart from today. Today was glorious.
Yes, it has been quite nice today. It's a lovely day to be stuck in the office, looking out the window going, it's really nice out there.
Today I was building a deck frame for one of my customers, and they've chosen a spot on one of the houses that they own that they're going to Airbnb, and building a deck for a hot tub. And this hot tub or deck area just overlooks the most beautiful view, and the sun was shining. I thought this couldn't get much better today. It was brilliant. Woodworking out in the sunshine with a lovely view.
Nice.
Happy as a pig in shit.
Yeah, well, around here it's around 0 degrees, a little bit above, a little bit below, and stuff falling from the sky the entire day, more or less. So, not nice to do woodworking outside.
No, it's looked damn cold there. You've had some clear skies though, haven't you? At times, which is
at times, but then it's even colder. So.
Okay.
So that depends on what you
have. Your lampposts disappeared back under snow again?
Yes, they have. So out of sight, out of mind.
Don't have to worry about them for another few weeks then.
Oh no, that's for the summer. She's been busy inside.
It's your own fault anyway for living in Sweden. I mean, you live in Sweden, you expect it to be bloody cold, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean, we seldom have it this cold for this long. They're not consecutive minus degrees at this height in the country. That's for the northern parts, because we're rather close to the ocean and that sort of thing. So we're not used to it being minus 10 degrees for over a month. That's So that's a bit much. But it's been nice and white and sunny. I mean, nice and light. The white snow gives the few hours of sunshine a little bit more. So that's nice. But enough of the weather report. Glenn, what have you been up to?
Since we last spoke, or just this past week?
That's up to you. I mean, you have since last you were on the podcast and moving forward.
Yeah, I think I was just getting the lathe or building a bench for the lathe, the metalworking lathe, this is.
Yeah, I think you got it just after you
That's
quit.
right.
So.
Yeah.
You got a lot to talk about and then you didn't want to talk about anything anymore.
That's it. Needed a break from talking. So I got the lathe, built the bench. I love that thing. Just been spinning some brass on that. Some for videos and some just for fun. And then I did that Strumstick video for the German guy.
Ah, yeah.
And really happy with how that turned out. Really happy with how I edited the video, and nobody watched it, and that really put me on a downer. Because I'd got to that stage, that yearly stage, where you have a good video, and then the following year that video runs out. You've got to get those hours within that year, haven't you?
Yeah.
So it got to that stage. I thought I'll get this video out, and Strumstick videos always have done well for me. Got the video out, and it absolutely flumps home. I've just watched my hours drop from 3,700 to just below 2,500. So it just makes it really bloody unachievable again to get that magic 4,000. So yeah, I'm a bit pissed off and a bit down about it all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you need something better than a Strumstick.
Yeah.
The next big thing.
The next big thing, yeah. I'm not quite sure what that is. But I have just started, I want really, after Christmas, I really wanted to do an amplifier build. This fascination with music for somebody who doesn't play a musical instrument for some reason. So I wanted to do an amplifier build, bought a couple of amplifier modules. One wasn't loud enough, bought another one, and it wasn't loud enough, but I saw I could increase the voltage and blew it up. So
yeah, it happens.
Yeah, slumped again for a bit, and then had a bit of a mind, a bit of a revelation the other day, and that I can just buy a second-hand amplifier. I'm only interested in the look of the thing, not the electronics, so I've done that. So yeah, that's the next big build. That's what's going to get my hours, I'm sure of it. Not.
Is that what's on the shelf behind you?
No, that one actually belongs to my mate Steve. So that's one that I can, when I build an instrument, I can just test to see if they work. But I'm not allowed to take that one apart, apparently.
Boring.
So miserable. so miserable.
Can I have my amplifier back? Yes. Small issue.
It's a kit now.
I had to buy a new microphone because after I quit the podcast, he came in my office. It's like, oh, that's that microphone. He said, can I have that back now? You're not doing the podcast. It's like, well, no, not really. I still need a microphone. So I gave him his mic back and bought one. So if the audio's even worse than it normally was when I was on here, it's his fault.
It's good to have one to blame.
Exactly.
What's funny is, KJ, I came in the office tonight, sat on the chair, and the chair has never been noisier since I quit the podcast. Well, it's going to be fun. This is going to drive somebody's edit mad. But it seems to have quietened down again now.
Well, I think when it comes to that sort of thing, you have to... You can either be a perfectionist or you can just let things slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more real. If you have like the room audio in there as well. Yeah, this is not a professional outfit. You know? Actually, squeak.
You can see that driving KJ mad because when we first started this podcast, KJ was the perfectionist sound engineer.
I still am, probably. But I mean, this has been a learning experience for me as well to choose my battles, at least.
Some things have got to be very precise.
Yeah.
Some things you can just let it all hang loose.
Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to ask you, Phil, is last week I was listening to the pod and when you had Rasmus, and you were talking about you got made partner on YouTube.
Yes.
Are you junior partner or are you full partner? Did you get 3,000 hours or did you get the magic 4,000 and go full partner?
It's just 3,000.
So you're still a junior partner like me then?
Yes. And still a junior partner. And my hours are still up. I made junior partner. And then I very quickly was not junior partner anymore. Because part of that is you've got to have 3 uploads in 90 days.
Oh, okay.
Which I did. And then 90 days expired and one fell off the other end. So there was only 2 uploads in 90 days.
Oh, no.
So, yes, now I'm going to have to go back to apply now.
Oh, no.
I mean...
Demoted junior partner.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but you know when you get that achievement, it's so bloody annoying. I say I've been up to 3,700 watch hours several times now, and then it gets to that end of that year and they all just drop off again. It's like, oh shit, I've got to start again.
Yeah, I know. I mean, about 5 years ago, when the requirements weren't as great, I was almost at I think it was 1,000 hours that you needed. And I was almost there.
Right.
And then they changed it to 3,000.
Just keeping the carrot just out of reach.
Yes, a little bit. Come on, you can work harder.
Has anybody gifted you any money on YouTube yet, Phil?
Nope.
No, don't get excited about that if that happens. I've had 2 gifts of £10 each, and YouTube instantly takes just over 50% of that.
Ooh.
And then what they do is they won't unlock it until you reach £60 in your account.
Yeah.
So as somebody who's getting the kind of views that I am, that £10, that person, well, that £20 that turned into £10 is never going to see my bank account.
When it does, inflation would have eaten up most of it. So it's like,
oh, this is worth. I can't even buy a pint of beer with this now.
probably.
Well,
it's a fun game, isn't it?
It is a fun game,
and
there are people who are, there are people who chase these things, and they're working at it every day, and they're uploading every day or every week. But
I think
I have a job. I have a job, and I sort of like reserve all sort of like the hate and misery for that. So everything I do outside of the job can just be purely for fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to bring them joy. the ones
No.
who are chasing it hard style.
No, well, it's a full-time job, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a full-time content creator. So like, well, that's great, but you have to turn up and do that all day, every day.
And I mean, any profession would be really bad with that kind of unreliable boss as well. Just changing the terms willy-nilly, and what you get paid this month? Well, we'll see.
Yeah, that might happen. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Actually, one of the channels I do follow did a video and released what he made. It's an RC channel, and what he made out of buying this particular RC car, which was about £6,000 worth. But he made about £25,000 out of it over the series of 7 videos, and he released what he was making. And honestly, what it looked like, what he showed you he was making from YouTube from successful videos week in week out, absolutely looked worth it.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But 25 grand, that's a large amount of money. But over a year, that's a terrible hourly rate.
That was for 7 videos. He does 2 videos a week.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
That sounds like many hours a day.
Yeah, but that's reviewing RC cars and that sort of thing. It's not being creative and making something, and that's a little bit of a slower process, isn't it?
Yeah.
So to make something and get 2 videos out a week's going to be bloody hard. You've really got to make it worth your while and get up to Colin Furz's, 1.5, 2 million views per video, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's too much like hard work.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Keep it fun.
Exactly.
So KJ, you got a video out this week?
Yes, I did.
You always look surprised when somebody says that to you.
Yeah, but it's been a weird week. We have sport vacation, it's called in Swedish.
Of course.
Yeah, the winter time. I think this. Yeah, I don't know, but it's. I think it's way back in the days. They had vacation from school because it was too cold to go to school. But now it's just a winter holiday, the big winter holiday thing. So it's actually, Sweden is split up into 3 parts. So each part have 1 week each. So it's week 7, 8, 9. So that we don't all go to the same ski place,
okay.
to even it out a bit. So I'm in the middle of that at the moment. So I'm a bit willy-nilly of what day of the week and that sort of thing it is. But yes, I did put a video out, a video that I recorded late December, I think. Yeah, but it's just been, I haven't had time or energy or want to edit it until just recently. So now it came out. So that's good. Doing poorly, as always.
Is that the lamp one?
Yes, the work lights.
Good. I was going to say, oh, what's that? Well, because I have watched that one. I didn't know if there had been another one since.
Yeah, but okay, so I'm not the only one who's messed up for time. Yeah, I felt it could be fun to do something about. But yeah, that kind of video apparently does not do well, but who cares? As I said in the video, everything is made up and the points don't matter.
Mm-hmm. I chose to watch it. It was only 5 minutes long, so what the hell?
Yeah.
That was one of my deciding factors as well. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, when Haavard puts a 40-minute video out, nope, not watching that.
Well, I'm sure we've chatted about this before, where all these interesting videos come up. And it's like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I was like, that's great. I really, really want to watch this, but I haven't got 40 minutes right now. And I really don't know when I have 40 minutes. So my watch later list just gets longer and longer and longer. And you really have to sort of pick and choose. Have I got 8 minutes? I can do that one.
Do I want to watch one 40-minute video or 4 8-minute videos?
Well,
I mean, that's...
Yeah. To be honest with you, I watch a lot of videos when I'm at work in my breaks, so they have to be between 5 and 10 minutes, really.
How many breaks do you get in a day?
He has a nice boss.
It's self-employed, so as many as I like, really.
As many as I fucking please. It's raining. Sandwich time. Tea time.
Do you take 2 litres of coffee with me to work every day? So
Exactly. Coffee, sandwiches break.
you can't waste it.
I mean, YouTube more or less is your colleague in the break room.
Yes. Absolutely. So what are you working on at the moment, Phil?
Apart from coughing. Currently, I am modifying a family heirloom clock.
And how's that going? Did you find somebody to turn? You wanted some pegs for it, didn't you? Some, like, they call them
Yes.
Quaker pegs? That makes it sound like
Shaker
they're made
pegs.
from porridge. That's it, shaker.
Quaker pegs, these porridge pegs. If you cook them long enough, they'll be fine.
Did you find somebody to turn them for you?
No, not yet.
No, you see, I saw your call out for somebody to turn your shaker pegs, and only 2 weeks before, you and KJ had been really slagging off the wood turners out there. So I thought, screw you.
Slagging off is a bit harsh.
All I said was that wood turners are a bit strange.
They're a special kind of strange.
Special kind of strange. Indeed, prove me wrong.
I can't. I cannot.
Yeah. So no, I haven't found anyone to turn me, but I could probably just buy one and cut one down because I only need 2, but I don't really want to buy a bag of 10 or 15 or 20.
We bought that bag of 10, 15, 20 or whatever it was for a project, but we used about 10 of them, so no, it must have been 20, so I've still got a few left. But Michelle offered you those, but they're a bit big, aren't they, for what you want?
They are, but they could probably cut down. I'll have a couple of them.
I can turn you some to the size you want if you want to do me a little diagram of what you want.
I will do that.
Do that. I'll get on it.
At some point tomorrow, I'll fire up Fusion. I won't be at work, obviously. For anyone,
don't be too ambitious about they'll come in that accurate.
I'll fire up a piece of paper. And,
yeah, for some estimated sizes.
About yay long by so wide.
Yeah. If there can be a little bit of tolerance between the two, that's fine as well.
Yeah, that's fine. With an end, that big.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, I tried to turn some wood on the metal lathe over Christmas, and the metal lathe really doesn't like wood.
In what sense?
So it's got an automatic feed on it, and I thought it was actually Haavard's vice handle thing.
Yeah.
And to hand turn something completely level and the same diameter all the way across, it can be done, and I did do it, but it's a little bit challenging. So I thought I'll get it somewhere near, and then I'll put it in the metal lathe, put automatic feed on, and obviously the thing just moves across. It's nothing handheld, but it drew the actual blade into it. So it was getting narrower and narrower as it went in, which was really weird because it doesn't do that with metal. Yeah, we didn't like the oak.
That sounds weird.
How odd.
You think wood would be the perfect practicing medium, wouldn't you, for a metal lathe? But it's not.
Well,
is it something that it need a higher speed or something like that?
I don't know.
To cut good?
I don't know. It seemed fast enough.
Because everything has this optimal cutting speed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That you can use for turning or drilling or sawing or whatever.
Yeah.
Just do the math of what it means for that medium.
Well, the wood lathe's easy. That's only got 3 settings.
Yeah.
So the medium one I use for turning, the slow one I use for drilling, and the fast one I use for sanding. But the metal lathe's got lots of different options.
Yeah.
So it just stays on the same one because it's really hard to change it all as well because it has multiple belts.
That's a bit like my drill press. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a belt-driven affair with...
I used to have one of those.
The different size. It's like a CVT gearbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put it somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
So
mine's not quite on maximum speed, lowest torque, but it's just
Mine is too fast for metal and too slow for wood.
It's funny because my drill press, the one I got, you literally just turn a dial and it changes the speed.
Yeah.
And I set that to big force and a bit, so it's really nice and slow. And I just drill everything on nice and slow because it just drills everything nicely and slowly, but it comes out perfect every time. So I don't mess with it anymore.
Maybe I should gear it down.
yeah.
I was looking at getting one of those that you have, or that style, but I thought I want a big one with a big motor and belts and that sort of thing, because that feels more real. But yeah, maybe that was wrong.
You need a stronger foundation for yours, the way it shakes, don't you?
It's good that it's attached to a big workbench. I feel at times, the way I use it at least.
And I've only got mine because it was free, because it was in the skip.
That's the best kind.
Yeah.
But it had been previously used and abused by students for the best part of 25, 30 years. I think the manufacture date on it is 1998 and 1999. So I'm assuming they would have bought it new. And that chuck has definitely got some run out on it. which is fine if you're trying to make a hole which is 10-ish mil. But if you're trying to make a hole and then put a plug in it, you have to make the plug oversized and then sand it down.
So it's a reasonably quality machine that's lived a hard life and now it's enjoying retirement.
I think
in your workshop.
It was a cheap machine that's been abused terribly, and is now living out its day in my workshop, saying every time you turn it on, "Please kill me, let me go."
Okay, so it's like the 30-year-old heroin addict that looks 65.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, go on. I'll just give you a little taste of the good stuff. Here's some birch ply.
Do you ever get tempted to spend any money on tools, Phil?
No.
It seems like a really, really rare quality. Most of us out there want new things and want new tools and different tools.
Well,
are you a war child or something?
He's a cheap ass.
Make amend.
Son of a skinflint becomes a skinflint himself. I don't know. I mean, I used to be absolutely terrible with money. You give me money and I would find a way of spending it within minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But I just grew right out of that. And now it's like, well, I have the tools I need, and they work. So why change them?
Yeah.
I mean, I would like some better chisels, because I've had the same set of £5 from Lidl chisels for 10 years. But in all honesty, they're fine. You flatten them, you sharpen them, they work.
They just don't stay sharp for very long.
They don't stay sharp for very long.
Yeah.
But they were £5.99 for a set of 3.
I think it only cost me 40 quid for my set of Narex, and they seem pretty decent.
Yeah. I mean, one day I'm hoping to go to a car boot and find a nice old toolbox that's just stuffed full of marbles or punch or some old Sheffield steel, and they don't know what they've got, and I'll give them £10 for all that.
Keep dreaming.
Hasn't happened yet, but one day.
What about a table saw? You're not tempted by a table saw?
Yeah, I keep thinking about a table saw, and then I keep looking at where the hell am I going to put it.
Right.
And I just don't have the space. So
yet.
Not even for a little job site one.
No, because I'd have to run it outside, and I'd piss off all the neighbours with how loud they are. If I'm going to get one, I need a big workshop and a nice big cabinet saw. That's what I want. But
I'd love to upgrade mine to a cabinet saw.
One day.
Yeah, I just built a cabinet and put my saw on it and count it as a cabinet saw.
Good enough.
It's on a cabinet. It's a cabinet saw.
Exactly.
Yeah. Something big and heavy and cast iron
Yeah.
is what I'd like. But
I was actually looking at one from Axminster. They had a nice cabinet saw. It was surprised me how cheap it was. I mean, it wasn't cheap, but it was £700-800. It looked like ever such a lot of saw for the money. That one was very, very tempting.
they turn up on Facebook Marketplace as well. But
Right.
yeah, either they're far too expensive or they're 3-phase.
Yeah.
Or it's far too far away.
But I feel you need a wider workshop than we three have. Because, I mean, they take up a lot of space, so you want to walk around it somewhat at least. And
Yeah.
it would hurt my flow, I feel, to have one of those in the middle and just try to work around it.
Just put it on wheels. I mean, I think the cabinet I made for my saw is bigger than most cabinet saws. Put it on wheels and just move it around. But it's just a waste of space underneath them, isn't it? It was just on a stand before, so there's no storage there. So
I don't think my floor is flat enough to have something like that on wheels that you want to stay sturdy when you use it, because then you would just have a couple of places where it would actually be correct.
Some seriously sturdy locking casters. You should be all right.
Yeah, mine's fine. You have a sloping floor, don't you? Did you have a gutter in the middle of your floor, drain?
Yeah.
Yeah, and mine just slopes from the back to the front.
Just
the whole thing is on a slope. I don't know what degree it is, but if you stand on it long enough, it gives you backache.
That's just to let the water out that seeps in through the wall.
It is just to let the water out, yeah. And it is pouring through at the minute.
It's just a concrete built. Is it one of the council garages?
It's a council style garage, yeah. It's brick.
Okay.
But the way it's built, it's all in the side of a hill. So the entrance is obviously at ground level, as you would expect it to be.
Well, you never know.
You never know.
Entrance on the second floor.
Exactly. How do I get my car in there? Well, there's a ramp over there.
And hope your brakes work.
Exactly. If you line it up right and floor it, you would probably clear it.
Getting out's a bit more challenging.
There. But the back, and that goes into, but basically goes into a hill because the block of flats is built on the side of a hill. So the garages are effectively underneath the flats. They're not underneath the flats, but they're lower than the flats, and it goes into the side of the hill. So the back of the garage is about 4 feet underground. And yes, water likes to make its way in.
Oh gosh.
Through the side wall, below the damp course. So there's just a nice little stream running behind my bench, behind the bandsaw.
Well, the Scandinavians swear on having water in their workshops, so you're winning, aren't you?
Yes.
But yeah, I have control over the water in my workshop.
Yeah, I would like it if it came out of a tap, because then if I needed to clean anything, I could just pour some water into a vessel without having to go back upstairs, bringing a bottle.
I quite like the idea of a natural stream.
And put a water wheel on it. And
yeah, stock it with a few trout, do a bit of fly fishing in the workshop.
That's quite a big workshop you're imagining, I feel.
I've got, well, it's the opposite to bragging. I've got quite a small rod.
That's fly fishing, more hook a duck.
Yeah. Once caught a duck and it took flight with the hook in its mouth.
What a surprise it must have gotten when the line was out.
Well, the surprise of its life.
I was quite surprised too.
Just plucked at what he thought was a tasty morsel and thought, hang on a minute. Why is this thing now stuck in my mouth?
I wasn't being irresponsible. I was fishing. The bait was 6 feet underneath the water level, so I had to work hard for that.
Poor thing.
A dunking duck.
So do you have to keep all the tools regularly oiled, or do you just live with rust with a damp workshop then?
You live with rust and mould.
Yeah.
In the full knowledge that at some point it'll dry out.
Yeah.
At some point in the summer.
If you create
Will it really? For a
if
week?
you create enough dust, surely that will absorb all the moisture anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's quite handy actually because the floor under the bench and under the bandsaw and under the planer thicknesser, there's so much dust on the floor. You can really see where the water's coming in there.
Right.
Yeah, you've got a nice little sort of like tide line in the sawdust.
I mean, Tim Turd works his workshop's on the River Rother, but nobody knows because it's so dusty.
And that's why rivers in Yorkshire are drying up because they're all just being
Soaked in by Tim's workshop.
Sorry if you're listening, Tim.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm sure there are people out there who have even dustier workshops than you. Not many.
Oh,
Top 3. I was hoping he'd come back on as a guest at some point, but
I'm sure he will.
well, he needs a chance to defend himself at least.
True. The right to reply.
That was actually a really fun episode having Tim on. It was a good one.
I think I listened to it.
I can't remember.
It was episode 20. It was a few episodes ago now.
It was a few episodes ago, yes.
So what's anybody else got on the bench?
Well, I've just finished, failed at is a hard word, but not succeeded either. But how would you call a project where you aimed for a thing and you got there, kinda, but not a failure and not a success?
Well, in education, we say you haven't failed, you have deferred your success.
I would just describe that as every project I ever do, K.J.
Yeah, because I got the result I wanted, but not at the quality I hoped for. In bleaching t-shirts with my logo. It came out not as I hoped, but something came out of it at least. So that was.
Was the image just not sharp?
Yeah, it was blotchier than I would have hoped for, and I did a couple of them, and the big one got too splotchy, if that's a word. And I did one where I put on far too much bleach, so it more or less took over the entire shirt. And it was. I did some tests beforehand, but they came out so much better than the actual product. So that was.
You're just using ordinary household bleach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just paint that on and watch the color disappear, which is kind of neat. And you get, black fabric starts in a red and goes, kind of like steel when you heat it up. So it goes to white if you bleach it hard enough, so to say. And depending on what kind of fabric, you get different colors. So some you get more of a red or more of a white, red, orangey. So I think.
Can you put enough bleach on that it eats all the way through?
Probably.
Try that.
Yeah, that sounds like productive work.
Started out as a bleach design and now it's just a stencil.
Exactly.
Just label the video "Fun with Bleach."
But I have actually had a chance to use the stencil you made for me, Glenn.
Oh, cool.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
So that's actually gotten some use. So that can be so much that I actually dropped it on the floor and broke it and had to fix it. That sort of thing.
It was quite fragile, wasn't it?
Yes. In hindsight, I'm surprised that it survived as long as it did.
I'm surprised it got to you in one piece.
Yeah, that too. When I realized how fragile it actually was. But other than that, I also started, or I'm halfway through-ish, another project for the Make What You Fear. And I'm really sitting on my hands not to start another project as well. Because I feel I need to actually finish stuff before I start more things.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. But I'm trying to be better to myself.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've cleaned out the kitchen drain because it was so bad that it wouldn't even drain by itself, which makes me wonder why the seals on all of that plumbing thing that you have under the sink, why are they black when the goo that you clean out of them is also black? Because I lost one of the seals and had to dig through the muck to find it again. That feels... Couldn't they be bright, some color that isn't dark, smudgy?
Well, that's because Big Plumbing just want you to buy a whole load of new seals rather than reuse your old ones.
Yeah, probably that. Damn them.
I think it was Michelle a couple of months ago was saying that our sink's a bit smelly, the sink's a bit smelly. So she starts prodding at it with long things and getting them in there. And then she started pulling out some. She said, "What's this in here? What's this? I bet this is blocking it." And she managed to pull out a seal from inside the plug hole. I was like, "Oh, brilliant! Now that's going to leak." But it's not started leaking yet. So
it drains really easily now.
Waste bin underneath.
Right into the waste bin in the tea towel drawer.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, well, if you have enough muck in the pipes, then it won't leak, so it's fine.
Did you say what you were making for that the challenge build?
Nope, I didn't.
No? Are you going to?
Maybe sometime. I have to go a little further.
It's only really relevant to me if you're going to say it now.
Yeah.
We'll send you a postcard.
Yeah.
Well, there's gonna be a video of it sometimes, or in a month at least, because the deadline is the last of March to enter. It's the Working Hands podcast that has it. And you're supposed to use 3 different materials in a project, which is rather hard when you think about it. To actually force it in. I realize that a lot of my projects doesn't qualify for that.
Wood, resin, and brass would be quite easy for me.
I'm going to say wood, glue, screws. There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, they thought of that, I think, from the first. So fasteners and finishes doesn't count.
Oh.
But what about if it's a really nice, expensive finish?
I think you had if you make it yourself from scratch, then maybe it can count.
Right. So if I go and get a horse and boil it and make my own glue,
I think that would be sufficient. Yes.
Fair enough.
I've been messing about with just experimenting with some brass chippings off the lathe and some black resin.
Oh, nice.
Just to see if that, when it's all sanded back, you get that shine through from the brass. Because that might be incorporated in the amplifier build if I can make that work. But we'll see. I'm not quite...
A bit like... what's it when you polish concrete? Is that terrazzo?
Yeah, or polished concrete.
Or polished concrete.
Yeah, I don't know a fancy word for it, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, so I was just wondering if you get that sort of effect. I know people, you can get things for glitter, but I have a collection of brass chippings off the lathe, so I thought I'd try that.
Yeah, that depending on how well or how lucky you are in placing them in it, then it can look really cool, I think.
Oh no, this is just like you pick them up by the spoonful, you just tip it in the resin and stir it in.
Yeah, but then you're giving it up to chance. Then and if you're lucky, it will look really cool, and if you're unlucky, it will look unbalanced.
Yeah.
Who's
never really-
who's the resin guy, the resin turning guy on YouTube? Peter something?
Brown.
Yes.
I don't watch turners on YouTube.
He's he's really he's one of my favorite maker YouTubers, as in he seems really nice, and he's
Yeah. Because didn't he do one with? He did a bowl which was resin. Was it steel wool?
wouldn't surprise me.
Something like that. I said
What's
it
he
looks
called?
really nice, but you can't pick it up because it just pricks your hands. Because all these tiny little steel fibers are just sticking out of it, and it doesn't matter how much you polished it.
That's pretty cool. That'd be conductive, wouldn't it, as well? How to make your resin conductive. For
Yes.
reasons I don't know why you'd want to, but hey, if you did.
Can you get electroluminescent resin? So if you put a battery on it, it glows.
That would be cool.
I don't know.
That looks.
There's probably a 3D printer filament that does that already.
Probably. I don't know.
Other than the resin, I've just finished a couple of rose arches for one of my other customers. It was really nice to be in my workshop, being paid to be in my workshop. But the arches got so big, and there was two of them, that I couldn't do anything else in there while they were in there. They were just taking up all the space. So
Yeah, once assembled, they are. They're supposed to be really big. So
yeah, but even flat packed, just with the top not secure to the sides, they were still taking up far too much space. So got rid of those. So hopefully crack on with this amplifier thing next. You got any side projects going on, Phil, or is it just the clock?
It's mostly the clock at the minute. In fairness, that's nearly done. I've done all the modification. I've stripped it of whatever the hell it was finished with before. It was some sort of oil finish, which was very hard. But then it was very old, because this thing is very old. Mm-hmm. And yes, I've done the modifications to the inside. I just need to do the little bit of fitting out. I need to make a couple of little drawers to go in what I've done in the bottom.
Yeah.
And a couple of pegs for hooks, and then some flush mounts on the back. Oh, and a new movement and a new set of hands.
Sounds like it's quite a bit to do still.
Well, all these things, I just need to buy them.
Right.
And once I've bought them,
that's where the problem is.
It'll all come together. And movements are a bit of a minefield, because you've got to get the right amount of torque on the motor for the handset size you want, and the spindle length, all of which needs measurement, which I had written in my book of things to do, but then I just didn't do that. And I haven't been back down to the workshop since Sunday, so I haven't ordered anything. So
are you finding, since you've been on the podcast, it's been motivating you to make a little bit more, Phil? Even if it's just for half an hour, so you've got something to talk about on the podcast nowadays.
Maybe.
I think I always used to feel a bit more pressure to make when I was doing the podcast regularly.
Well, yes and no. I mean, some things like that Scrabble set, which took 3 months.
Yeah.
I think everybody was getting a bit bored with. Have you finished it yet? No.
But it did come out really nice, so it was worth the wait.
It did come out pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still doing ridiculously well on YouTube, which I think is just insane. Because when I finished it, I wasn't entirely happy with the video. I thought this video's not great, but
that was a nice video.
It could be better, and I thought it was going to be a bit rubbish because of the amount of stuff I had to cut out of it for time. But no, people are watching it, so fantastic.
That's kind of nice, though, isn't it? That you did a video and had no expectation of it being watched, and then it got watched. I mean, I think a lot of the few videos I've done that have had quite a few views are the ones that I thought, that's a bit crap. Didn't take long. I mean, the Diddley Bow you see behind me, I think that's done 20,000 views, and that took a day to build.
I know. There's some things you pour your absolute heart and soul into.
Yeah.
90 views.
Yeah, you should never pour your heart and soul. You should. Yeah, it's always best to have low expectations and
Just churn out any old crap.
yeah, because then it doesn't matter if it does bad, and you're probably relaxed and it does good instead.
It can be quite. It's quite enjoyable every once in a while. I've enjoyed the lathe because you can make something on the lathe really quickly. So you can finish a project easily within a day, sometimes within an hour. But then it is sometimes nice to have a project that goes on for a couple of weeks, and you always have that. I always have that fear thing in my mind that the next thing I do could absolutely screw this project up, and then I've wasted all that work beforehand. So it's kind of nice to have that pressure as well.
Oh, that's just a permanent fear, isn't it? Really, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's nearly finished, but it could still go so very wrong.
And as long as I haven't tried, I haven't failed.
Absolutely.
my most recent video, the Faraday key box that I made, lasted just long enough for the video because I encapsulated the coffee tin with a piece of wood, but the wood was I'd just taken off the firewood pile, and it was still quite damp on the inside, and I knew it was damp while I was turning it, but I thought I've got too far in, I'm just going to carry on with this. And as it's dried out, it shrunk 2 times. It's got a big split down the back now.
It's letting all the signals out.
The can's intact, that's all that really matters. Right. So that still works. I thought that's brilliant. It's lasted just long enough for a video. That'll do.
Yeah, good enough.
Anyway, you're giving away all the secrets now. Everything we make eventually just fails, but as long as it lasts for...
To be honest with you, I think projects that fail or fall apart after you've got your video is absolutely perfect, because you start accumulating quite a lot of junk after a while, don't you?
Well, yeah. I'm still going to go back at one point and do the bathroom mirror again, because I think that was like the second or maybe even the third thing I did, and I knew that wood movement was a thing. I just didn't realize it was so much of a thing.
You didn't believe in it, really?
Well, no, I believed in it, but I didn't realize just how shockingly big it could go.
It seems to be more of a thing that the Americans make a bigger thing of it, don't they, than we do?
Well, I suppose they have seasons where over here it's just generally is it cold and damp everywhere? Yeah. It won't move too much. But if you build something out of wood in a relatively cold and dry garage and then put it in a warm, humid bathroom.
Yeah.
So
you're playing life on hard.
Yeah. So this mirror was just attached to this wooden frame through holes in the mirror. And it was fine. And then one day I noticed like this little bit of a stress fracture around one of the holes. I thought, that's interesting. And then a few days later, I sort of went in there in the morning, brushing my teeth, and the mirror's just got this great big split through it. Thankfully, it's a proper bathroom mirror, so it's got a plastic adhesive backing, so nothing shattered, nothing went anywhere. But it'll move.
About 6 years ago, I made Michelle a bath tray. Mm-hmm. She loves to be in the bath, she loves to watch a film, and she likes a glass of something on the side of. And so a bath tray was the perfect thing to make her. So I bought a really big piece of live edge oak before it was popular, I think, because it was only 20 quid for about 6 foot of live edge oak. And I sliced a bit off it. Didn't think about whether the wood was actually wet or anything. Sliced a bit off it, sanded it up, varnished it, put 2 things to stop it sliding off the bath, gave it then. And 6 years on, that's absolutely fine. Now, the bit that I left in the workshop has bowed severely. It's had mould growth and all sorts. But I say, if you just varnish them while they're nice and wet, and they'll be fine. They don't move.
Lock it in. Let it rot from the inside.
Yeah. Top tip.
Kill its hopes and dreams.
Speaking of killing hopes and dreams, shall we move into a half pint?
Let's.
Can
I see the famous flag?
You
Busted.
They don't exist, do they? It's a myth.
No, well, they did exist,
Right.
but I had a big tidy up the other week. And I thought, I'm never going to need this again, so I threw them away.
They didn't spark joy.
They did not spark joy. Well, they did spark joy once.
And that was enough.
But it was a one-time gag. But unfortunately, I no longer have them.
It became a running gag.
Yeah.
All right. If I ever come back again, I want to see a flag fill.
All right, I will make one just in case of that.
We will ask any guest in the future to ask for the flags.
Oh.
A different flag. A flag of their choosing.
Do we have any flag requests?